On this episode, we're going to be building Orlock gangs with 1 or 2 boxes. Hey there, scabby scummers and gangers, Crimson Oracle here with another episode of Dome Runners TV, and today we're going to be going over what you can build with the 3 plastic Orlock kits that are available from Games Workshop, and what the different options are in each kit and how you can combine 2 or all 3 of the kits in order to build a gang. Now the point of these episodes is mostly just to give you a general idea of what the kit can kind of do for you, because sometimes buying just the core gang box is a great idea, and sometimes it's going to leave you wanting just a little bit more. Orlocks, I think, are one of the ones where ideally you really want a second kit to start off with, just because in the box are 2 heavy weapons, and while they are fun heavy weapons, they're not going to give you the same kind of range of options as if it came with a few different special weapons, or heavy and a special weapon, something like that. So we're going to go through each of the options, and we're going to build some gangs, and then we're going to have an idea of what you can accomplish with your Orlocks. So with that, I am just going to go ahead and throw to Wally, and then we're going to get started.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and for as little as $2 a month, you can help keep more episodes coming by supporting the show on Patreon.
So starting out, we have the core Orlock box. It's going to have 2 harpoon launchers, 6 knives, 2 heavy stubbers, 6 auto pistols, 6 combat shotguns, 8 stub guns, 2 sawn-offs, 2 servo claws, 4 auto guns, and of course grenades and blasting charges. So that's a decent start. You're going to notice that it's lacking in the special weapon department. It just has the 2 heavy weapons, the harpoon launcher and the heavy stubber. You're going to need the upgrade kit to get any of the special weapons. So, but still, this is a good start. The combat shotgun is a really potent basic gun, and of course you've got your auto guns and your different pistols. Now the combat shotguns I have often used as either a regular shotgun or a combat shotgun. It really depends on your group whether that's the kind of thing that people are gonna get weird about. But so let's start out. We're gonna look at the road captain as the leader, of course. Road captain. That's 105 credits, and as always, I just use the first column for the units, the second column for the gear, and I put all the costs in the third column, and then I have the fourth column, like the header, set to total everything over here, so that we can keep track of how many credits we're spending. So starting out, the road captain, you kind of can go in 2 different directions. You could kind of build them more for like combat, servo claw and pistol, or you could go for like a heavy weapon like the heavy stubber. Personally, I like the road captain to be punchy. At least we'll get to, when we get the upgrade box, another way to run him. But so I would probably go with, for the road captain, mesh armor, because he's going to need it, because he's going to get shot a lot on his way in. And I'm going to give him a servo claw, which is 30 credits. And we'll say auto pistol for 10. And that's a start. We can come back and give him more gear later if we run into more stuff that we have left over. Now we have the road sergeant, which is a 80 credit unit, and we're gonna go mesh again for the Orlock guys. I tend to give the leaders and champions mesh in this gang, and we're gonna go with a heavy stubber for this one because we don't have a ton of options, and while the harpoon launcher is funny, I think the stubber has more utility for a gang that's just starting out. So now for our second champion, I actually one of the things that's nice about the Arms Master is that it doesn't have to be represented by the Arms Master model. So you could use one of the base models and just give him a combat shotgun and make him your Arms Master. So that's what we're going to do here. They are 95 credits, and the combat shotgun is 60. And mesh for him. And we're at 550 credits, and we gotta fill out the rest of our gang. So we go with a ganger, and those are, I believe, 45 credits. Yes, 45 credits for a ganger. And we'll go autogun for the first one. I guess it's a specialist. We'll start off autogun, and then we'll do one more of those just because we have limited options in the kit. Let's see, we could go for one with, oh, it's just a ganger. We could go, oh, not a specialist, a ganger. We could go for a ganger with a fighting knife. And that costs 15. And then a stub gun, 5. And we're already starting to fill out a little bit. So we're at 6. We want to go to at least 8. Let's see. We could probably go for another ganger. And this time, fighting knife. And auto pistol. And that puts us at 7. What else we got? Could do one with a sawn off, so ganger, 45, sawn off, shotgun, 15, and fighting knife, 15. And that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we got enough room. Maybe we do another. We actually upgrade this to the combat shotgun, let's say. Which for them is 55 credits for some reason. And then we'll do another gang with autogun, and that'll bring us to 10. And we're like right at the credit limit. So let's give our stubber guy a stub gun. And the combat shotgun guy also a stub gun. And we'll also give this guy a stub gun. Boom. And that's a way to build a list right out of the box. It's going to give you some pretty brutal close-up shooting with the combat shotgun. You're going to have decent support from the heavy stubber. Now, you do have the option to take a suspenser, so that would actually be another thing you could do. You could drop a body and then give your guy here a dispenser, Boom. And once again, you're at 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And, you could build this a bunch of different ways, obviously. You could go for like massed auto guns, or you could go for like more of a kind of stabby choppy crew. You're going to have less guys just because the fighting knife is expensive. But, there's options. So this is just an example, but that's a Orlock gang, out of the box. I think that it would be fun to play, but you would definitely eventually want to expand on it a little bit. So next up we have doing the core box plus the Wreckers. Now the Arms Masters and Wreckers box comes with 2 of the combat shotgun Arms Masters, or you could build them as 2 Archammer Arms Masters. It comes with 6 knives, 4 stub pistols, 4 hand flamers, and 2 Cyber Mastiffs, which the Cyber Mastiffs are fun. I don't recommend them in a starting gang. So we do, once again, a Road Captain, 105 credits. Probably stick to a similar loadout here, unless you wanted to give him, a combat shotgun or something. But I'm going to stick to Servo Claw for 30, and Auto Pistol for 10, Mesh Armor 15. And then Arms Master here, we're going to do the Arc Hammer on him, which is, it's a 70 credit weapon. And Mesh Armor. And then our what's the champion called again? Road Sergeant. And they're 80. And for this one, mix it up and give him the harpoon launcher. 110. Mesh Armor. And then we can come down and do our Specialist for 45 credits and do Combat Shotgun again. And Ganger. And Auto Gun. Do 2 of those. Alright, and we're at 6. Now I think probably go for a Wrecker, and they are 55 credits for the base model, and then kind of what to give them. They have a little bit more limited of a list, but I do like the demo charges a lot, so those are 45 credits. And then probably a sidearm, so stub gun. And then we got what here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely want to do another Wrecker. And maybe give this one Auto Pistol. Or actually do a Hand Flamer. And that is 75 credits. And then you've got some serious scary stuff that your opponent will have to deal with. And you got 8 models still, with some extra added speed, and with the boom. With that, you get 1,000 credits, and you'd have a ton of stuff left over for adding to the gang later. You've got a whole other Arms Master in the kit, and you've got 2 more Wreckers. This is a really good way to start your gang. So this will totally work on the tabletop. You could also go for like 4 wreckers, you know, and you know, get rid of the gangers and give your wreckers. I mean, you could just start them off with, you know, stub pistols even, and start with 4 wreckers so you can kind of, you know, get yourself in position. So you've got options. That, you know, that's another option, and so we could potentially do that. And stub gun 5, stub gun 5, boom. So you can see a 4 wrecker list. You know, you've got those guys rushing up front, and then you've got, you know, your guys coming up from the back with the combat shotgun, and the captain's got his servo claw, and the arms master's got his big hammer. And overall, you know, this is going to be not what people are expecting out of an Orlock list a lot of the time. They mostly tend to expect gun lines, so, you know, this might kind of throw your opponent for a loop. Now, if we are to instead buy a weapons pack as our second box, all right, so the weapons pack adds a ton of stuff. You get 2 melta-guns, 2 plasma guns, 2 bolters, 2 flamers, 2 grenade launchers, 2 shotguns, 2 two-handed hammers, 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, 2 hand flamers, 2 mauls, 2 chain swords, 2 bolt pistols, and no, 4 bolt pistols, but 2 are left-handed. So that's a pretty hefty list. So this is going to give us the opportunity to run a slightly different leader. So we got our road captain, 105 credits. I would go on this road captain just because it's fun to try other things, and the road captain is a decent all-rounder, so you can kind of do what you want with him. So I would, in this case, give him the heavy bolter, which is a mean weapon, and it's 160 credits, which is a lot to spend. And then mesh, 15, and then dispenser, another 60. Now we'll see if we can afford the dispenser. That is going to be one of the first things we drop if we start to run out of credits. So we'll do an arms master here for 95 credits with the combat shotgun, 60, and mesh armor. And then we'll do a road captain, and he's going to fill in the close combat that we have lost by dropping the captain out. And so he's going to take a plasma pistol for 50, and he's going to do a fighting knife, or actually he'll do the servo claw. We can change that out if we start running out of credits. And mesh armor. All right, so things are a little tighter. Definitely putting the heavy bolter in was expensive, but it is also a very brutal weapon, and the dispenser will make it just mean as heck. So let's see if we can make the list work without dropping the dispenser. So specialist, let's see, what could you do for the specialist? Do a grenade launcher maybe, 45, which is a 65 credit weapon, and then do a road captain here. It's a road sergeant. Now we'll go for our basic guys. So gunner, 45, and autogun, 15, gunner, 45, stub gun, 5, fighting knife, 15, and then do a greenhorn. They are 35, and stub gun on them, And let's see. What else could we do? We could change the Cerviclaw out to a chainsword for, make that 25. That gives us a little bit more play. Another greenhorn for 35. Stub gun is 5. And can we free up any credits in here? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 fighters, which is around the number I want to shoot for in an Orlock gang. And this gang is stacked with really useful stuff. Maybe we'll switch this gunner out to be auto gun. And there we go. And that gives us a little bit more credit. So the greenhorns get their fighting knives cheaper for some reason. No, wait, no, they don't. Misremembered. All right, so let's see. Yeah, there's not really anywhere we can pull from. So in this situation, you kind of run into an issue that the kit doesn't have parts without the weapons modeled. Now I would probably give them the hand with the spanner, which I think is listed as a maul, and just sort of either clip the spanner off or just let your opponent know that they're not going to be carrying it. That's how I would handle the issue where you've got these guys with stub guns who they don't have a left-handed weapon. Otherwise, trying to free up 30 credits to give them knives is going to require potentially, dropping the grenade launcher or, changing the plasma pistol out to be an auto pistol, or, changing the suspensor out, something like that, which isn't necessarily worth that. Actually, what you could do, it's a little silly, but you could make both greenhorns dual stub gun guys, and they're not going to hit much with their ballistic skill, but they will get to fire twice, so that will also get you enough arms, so that is also an option. And if we're going to put it all together, I probably would start with the road captain, 105 credits, and this time would do like a chainsword for him, 25, plasma pistol, 50, mesh armor, 15, arms master, 95, arc hammer, is that 75? I gotta go back up to arc hammer is 70. And then mesh, and then go for your road sergeant, 80, and you could do really, you could kind of go in any direction, but a road sergeant would do well with a plasma gun, obviously. 100 credits, mesh armor, 15, and specialist for 45 credits. And with our specialist, we got some options. I would actually, say the bolt gun is a good option, because with your specialist, you're going to be able to choose their upgrade path, so you'll be able to kind of spec into shooting for them. And then our gunner, 45, auto gun, 15, and go for another one of those. And then gunner 45 with shotgun, that's 30. And how many fighters is that so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then maybe go for a wrecker, which is 55. And demo charge, which is 45, right? Grenades, demo charge, 45 credits. And alright, maybe we drop one of these auto gunners, and that gives us room for another wrecker. And this one will give a stub gun. And this one, you could do a auto pistol and fighting knife, and that's a decent start for them. Oh yeah, these ones, the fighting knives are only 10. I do not know why. And so that would give you 8 models. You have some speed from the wreckers. You've got the power of the arc hammer. You're going for more of a close combat kind of build here. And then, with your extra 15, you can give some mesh armor to your bolt gun guy. And so this is going to be an interesting one because you've got some plasma, you've got the bolt gun, which is kind of like plasma light almost in terms of how it does damage. You're going to want to beef some of these guys up down the road. Maybe give some other types of shotgun ammo to the shotgunner. Maybe do a more of a close combat all-rounder kind of build where you're giving your guys 3 weapons, where they've got a close combat weapon and a pistol and a rifle. That's a fun way to kind of maximize the effectiveness of the Orlocks because they are, generally speaking, good at all-rounding. So when you've got all 3 boxes, you have a ton of options, and you're going to have a lot of room to expand the gang later. So that about covers the Orlocks and kind of where you can go with 2 to 3 boxes of the Orlock stuff. It's a fun army, fun gang to start with. I think that out of the box, you're a little pigeonholed just because you don't have that many special weapon options. You don't have any special weapon options. You just have the 2 heavy weapon options. So it's not as simple to kind of have a variety of choices, but you can build Arms Masters without buying the Arms Master kit because they're just regular dudes. They don't have any kind of special gear that makes them unique. So yeah, this is a good starting point for your Orlocks. If you just buy 2 boxes, you can really be playing and have a lot of flexibility and options. Thanks so much for watching, and I really am enjoying getting back on the bandwagon with all of these tutorial videos. I want to get my back to regular posting of kind of these introductory video and that kind of stuff. So with that, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks as always to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio for the show's music, and of course thank you to my wonderful patrons. You guys make everything we do here possible. And if you would like to support the show for as little as $2 a month, hop on over to Patreon and look for Dome Runners, and you can help keep the show going. And of course, check out the podcast. Got 60 some episodes all about Necromunda. And everybody out there, please stay safe and don't forget to change your paint water.